Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that short little break we had there. Hope you grabbed some snacks, drink water, all that type of stuff that you needed. We are going to be getting back into our last few matches of the day here. We got this match coming up right now, winner's bracket between and Airline Food. And we will have a couple more matches running all the way up every hour until 19 UTC, after which point we will have the Mappools showcase. So if you're going to stick around, we got a little bit more for you this weekend in the round of 32 before we hit round of 16 next weekend. And Airline Food, both very strong teams. We've seen them before. We saw them, or at least similar iterations of it last year. Two teams that have some fairly well-known tournament players. The 28th seeded Airline Food versus the 5th seeded we have Team on top. It's going to be very weird to continuously say that every time. Captained by Fiery Rage, joined by Rushio1, aka M-Rec, White Cat, Dust Ice, Okinamo, Zudinator, Frankie, and Taquito. Very, very strong team. They were the 2nd seeded team by BWS, pulling off, of course, that 5th seed after qualifiers there. Airline Food, the 57th seeded team by BWS, captained by Kirill Simp1, joined by Antonio, Suzuha, Jimara, Noncycle, Gonza, Karasmic, and Food. They had a very successful time out of qualifiers. Airline Food pulling up the 28th seed. Despite their 57th BWS seeding, they looked very solid after that. So we will see just how confident they are coming into this match against a exceedingly scary team in one of the contenders to win the tournament this year. At least in most people's eyes. So we'll see what they're able to pull off today. They're going to look to pick smart, play well, get these rosters all lined up for this match, and we will see if they are able to maybe get a point on the board against this team. Again, normally you never want to say that, but, you're going up against a team like this, and you really do have to hope that you get a point on the board. It's a very strong team in every sense of the world. MREC actually winning Yaza's Summer Cup 1v1 tournament just this morning, or last evening, if you're in the North America time zone. So against Matthew. So proven, of course, over time, not only the #1 player in the world, but an exceedingly strong tournament player, continuing to bring it forth in terms of performance in all aspects there. So a very big player for Team 1. Of course, a lot of other strong players, not to be discounted whatsoever, on the side of Taquito as well, making absolute waves through the North American tournament community as well as the international tournament community, proving to be an exceedingly strong player there as well. Frankie, the Canadian player, started playing tournaments more recently in 2020, winning Canadian Draft Cup, Malula Regional Cup, and getting 3rd place in OWC this past year, as well as Zudinator, one of the stronger tournament players as well, continuously dominating the Canadian tournament scene there. Okinamo and Dust Ice, the tried and true German combo, for the longest time now, going to continue in this tournament here, see if they can improve themselves once again. Don't really need much explanation for them. They are the well-known, they are the tried and true outstanding tournament players, both for their country and themselves. You got White Cat as well, bringing up again on that German representation on this team. Former #1 player in the world, currently holds the #2 spot. 2nd place in OWC this past year, of course, and a winner of the Second Circle tournament in this past year as well. And then Fiery Rage, once again, keeps on coming back, continues putting up strong performances in multiple tournaments, all the way back to winning the OS World Cup 2016, all the way to winning the OS World Cup in 2020. Got 3rd place in Corsace Open in the previous year. Going to be looking to improve upon that performance this year with this current team. And it certainly is possible. We'll see if he's able to continue making that well-known name for himself with that performance. So again, a lot of prowess on this side of Airline Food, a little bit more new to the international and the open rank tournament scene here. You got a couple of players that are starting to get into tournaments a little bit more. Some very solid solo performances on players like Karasmik, Non-Cycle, Kirill Simp, Jamara across the board. Karasmik, winner of the 5-digit Autumn Cup, as well as Evan's Summer Draft, triple badge player. So don't let that 10K rank fool you. A very strong, experienced tournament player. You got a couple more of that as well. You got Suzuha, one of the highest ranked players on the team as well. In terms of BWS, winner of Rikma 2, as well as tournaments dating all the way back to 2019 in Dolphin Spring Tournament from Russia there. So you got the tournament experience on both the teams there. It is basically just coming down to the team that's going to be utilizing that consistency and skill cap on this match. And we'll see how it starts off here on the Nomad 2 for Airline Food. They're going to look to open up with a point on their own pick. And is going to look to take them down early here, maybe looking for a clean sweep as that 5th-seeded team in the tournament. But Airline proved that they were fairly strong in the qualifiers here, and the round of 32 pool is not too much different in terms of difficulty from that. So we'll see if they're going to put that qualifiers performance to use here. Is going to have their work cut out for them despite that disparity. We'll let both of these teams get the rosters solidified in, and then we will hop right into it. All right, going to get into the first pick of the match now. Nomad 2. A little bit of the map already gone in here. We got a couple of early breaks from both teams here. Suzuha going to drop on the side of Airline Food, as well as Kirill Sip. It's going to be 0 breaks on the side of getting Bancho loaded in here a little bit. It looks like Suzuha is actually going to be holding the combo, so it's just Kirill Simp with the early break on the side of Airline Food here. It's a 4-way FC for and we're going to imagine that continues for a little while here. Fiery Rage struggling on the accuracy a bit. Does find a couple of chain misses there. But understandably enough, Fiery Rage just coming off of commentating right before this match. Not as warm as he wants to be here. It's going to be the combos all around held on both teams for that 3-way FC. Kirill Sip is going to be pulling up a combo advantage on Fiery Rage right now. He's going to be looking to taking the advantage for his team here. A lot of accuracy drops on both sides. Fiery is going to chain miss, as well as Dust Ice is going to find a break. It's going to be a big advantage for Airline Food now. Suzuha does find a break to trade it, though, so that advantage is going to be basically locked to whatever Kirill Simp has over Fiery Rage here. Dust Ice probably needed to hold that FC in order to keep his team in the lead here. Unfortunately, with Fiery Rage continuing to find chain misses here, it's going to be a big score lead starting to build up on the side of Airline Food. If they don't find a break soon, Okinamo and Zudinator can only do so much. Airline Food looking very confident on their own pick right here. Fire Rage going to find a miss before the single tap section here. Just a little bit of aim. And that's it. Airline Food is going to be taking their first pick on a very strong 2-way performance from them. Jamara just finding a miss at the ending. Antonio putting up the FC. Suzuha with a couple of slider breaks. And Zudinator and Okinamo on the double FC is just not enough for them to take the win on that pick. Dust Ice, unfortunately, finding a break could have won them that map most likely, given the performance of Fiery Rage just not warm enough to go into a Nomad 2 off of commentating. Not too much warm-up to speak of there, unfortunately. So Airline Food is going to get their first pick on the board. They're going to look strong to open up the match here. We're going to go into the first 2 of picks here. And We'll see if they're going to be able to take that 4-way performance and improve upon it here. It's going to be Hard Rock 2 into Hidden 3. We'll look to go strong into this. Wait to get both teams all settled in here. We're going to see if we get this all loaded in. Roster's all set. Going to get into the first pick now of It's going to be Fiery Rage, Dust Ice, Okinamo, and Zudinator. Once again, same roster. It's going to be a little bit some switches here for Airline Food. We're going to see Corsace coming in for them. The rest of the roster going to stay the same. We'll see if is going to be able to take a little bit of an advantage here on their own picks. Airline Food looked good on theirs. Good start for both teams here. No early breaks, a little bit of an accuracy advantage for but we'll stay pretty even until we see any break from either team here. Accuracy is not really flying high on anyone. It's basically just Fiery Rage holding it up there. There goes going to go Corsace right before that Buzz Slider, so it's an early advantage now for on the combo. There goes Jamara as well. It's now 4-way FC to now 1 on Suzuha. Antonio's going to find a break as well as Jamara and Corsace finding a couple extra breaks here. Very, very far in the favor of now, those combo breaks. And there goes Suzuha as well. And that is all she wrote for this map here. There is no coming back from that, unfortunately. Even if holds the combos and drops on 3 players, they really only need 1 to hold this right now. It is already 400,000 score in their favor. The map is about halfway over here. They only really need to hold for a little bit longer. There's a break on Dust Ice right there, but it's a 3-way FC. Now it's 2 Okinamo, but Antonio trades with it. Corsace traded along with Dust Ice right here. Jamara is going to find another combo break, and it's just Suzuha left. And now Suzuha has found a break as well. It's Zudinator and Fiery Rage to hold for the side of and it is gonna, again, continuously just go in the favor of them for score here. Just looking far too strong on their own picks right here. Understandably enough, Fiery Rage and Zudinator are going to be bringing it home for right now. Past halfway point in the map right now. Corsace is going to start to build up a little bit of a combo, but Dust Ice is matching anything put up there, plus about 100,000 score lead. Okinamo going to find a little bit of a break on that pattern there. A couple misses, but Dust Ice continuing to match Corsace, and then once again, Fiery and Zudi continuing to hold through here. Fiery with 97% accuracy, the highest in the lobby by a decent margin there. Not 1% over the next closest on Zudi right there. Okinamo going to find another break there. Dust Ice is hopefully still connected to the lobby. Hopefully we just have a little bit of an issue there for the time being. Looks like Dust Ice just left fairly early with Taquito popping right in. So well done to Fiery and Zudi putting up the 2 very high scores for their team on that map. 989k and 971k. Very strong from them. Gonna put on the board 1-1 now. Hidden 3 gonna be the next pick coming out here for team They're gonna look to take a 2-1 lead. Doesn't seem like White Cat has shown up as much for this match on the side of Team understandably enough, Emrek not showing up as of right now as well. Australian time zone moment. Unfortunately, this is kind of exceedingly uncomfortable time to play for him, so a little bit more understandable there. We'll get into this hidden 3 pick for Team We saw Taquito pop in the place before we switched over to the pick screen here, so imagine we'll be seeing him for this map. Not too many roster switches coming out for the side of Team today. Just going to look to run, especially with those 2 players missing on White Cat and Emrek there. They're already down to 6 players on their roster, which only gives them 2 players to trade out here. It's going to be Taquito, Okinamo, Fiery Rage, and Zudinator on the side of Team Airline Food with a couple more substitutions here. It's Jamara and Antonio again, but it's Gonza and Nonsicle coming in on this pick. Not detrimental to the performance of by any means to miss White Cat and Emrek here. Fiery Rage, Taquito, Zudinator, Okinamo is an exceedingly scary roster. Okinamo and Antonio going to find a little bit of an early break here. This is one of the more difficult maps in the pool. Dare I say the most difficult map in the pool here. So I think is going to be kind of going off of that skill cap here. Zudinator and Taquito, very, very strong hidden players. Well-versed in the reading a little bit here. Fiery's going to find an early break as well, so it is going to be combo advantage on the side of Airline Food, who have some stronger reading players, but it's going to get a little bit more difficult as we get into the first key eye here. There goes Gonza and Antonio immediately. So it's 2 FCs to 2 right now with Okinamo and Fiery Rage on the supporting combo here. There goes Jamara and Gonza one more time. And as long as these 2 FCs hold on the side of the score is going to continue going in their favor here, and it's going to go rather quickly. Not a long map and very difficult at that. It's 3 minutes, but it doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of slow pause sections as well, so there's not a lot of note density in some of the sections here as well. Antonio going to find another break. That is in part why this map is so difficult. Despite it being 2 minutes and 51 seconds, the 75 BPM means that the note density of this map is just so low that any break that you find means so much. I mean, you can see the score disparity starting to show up now halfway through the map, and you're already at that 360k on Zudi to only 150k on Antonio here. Zudinator and Taquito just looking so comfortable here. Fiery Rage with a very early initial break there. Not going to make too much of a difference for them. He's still holding a higher score than almost every single player on the side of Jamara, except for Nonsicle here, who is the only FC to be holding on Airline Food right now. Okinamo going to find one more break on the side of Going to come into the last quarter of the map here. It's 2 FCs and then a massive backing combo from Fiery Rage right now. Only 1 FC, but a lot of backing combo for Airline Food right now. Unfortunately, it's about 400,000 in the favor of and it's not going to be helped with Gonza and Jamara finding breaks as well. Okinamo having a little bit of trouble on this continuously, but understandably enough, they needed a 4th player for this map, and it looked like it was probably just going to be Okinamo. Antonio, Nonsicle, and Jamara finding breaks there. Taquito is going to find a break towards the ending of the map, but not before putting up an insanely high score. Fire Rage, unfortunately, going to break at the ending as well, which means it is going to be Zudinator most likely coming into the end with this FC. And that is a very clean performance from Zudinator there. The FC for her team. Taquito putting up the S rank as well. Just the slider break at the ending. And Fiery Rage not too far behind, 700,000. Taquito and Zudinator really running that one home for Team far over the next closest players in the lobby, Nonsicle and Fiery Rage. Jamara, Gonza, Antonio, and Okinamo all sitting right around that same 400 to 500,000 score range there. But the overall 3-way performance on the side of Team on their pick is going to be giving them the advantage here. And they're going to get their own point. Taking that 1-point lead now. It's going to be 2-1 in the favor of Team We get into the 2 consecutive picks of Airline Food now. It's going to be No Mod 3 followed by Free Mod 1. They are guaranteed to see both of them. And then we are going to be getting into No Mod 4, of course, from Team And we'll see how they improve from that first performance. They had a little bit of a rough time on Nomad 2, of course, at the beginning. Airline Food getting their own point on the board. We'll see if they're able to continue that up here with Nomad 3. So there we are. We'll get into the Nomad 3. Let's see if Airline Food is able to take another point on their pick here. Fiery Rage, Taquito, Okinawa, and Zudinator once again for Team It's going to be the same roster for Airline Food as well. Early break from Non-Cycle there. Going to kind of move past that one a bit. A little bit of a slower section of the map here. We'll start to get into a little bit of the part with the breaks here. We'll see some of these doubles maybe catch some players off. We'll see. Going to start to work through it here. There goes Non-Cycle one more time. It's still 3-way FC held on Airline Food, though. 4-way FC on Team Not super favored to either team right now. We'll see if either side finds another break here into these repeat sliders. Nobody finds a break. Jamara gets slow slidered. Someone had to get slow slidered. And it's going to be Jamara on the side of Airline Food, unfortunately, now down to 2 FCs. It's Antonio and Karasmik to hold against all 4 players on the side of Team They're going to need to see a break soon. Zudinator has been looking very solid in this match thus far. She has not found a miss yet. And it'll be hard-pressed to see if we find a miss on this map right here. Round of 32. Fairly easy maps for most players on the side of Team The skill cap and consistency really playing into this. Jamara is going to find one more break on the side of Airline Food. Karasmik and Antonio continue to hold. There goes Non-Cycle as well. So, you know, on the bright side, if you're Airline Food, you do still have those 2 FCs holding. You do see the same breaks on the 2 players here, but continuously going in the favor of the side of Team right now. It is a 4-way FC. A little bit of a continuous chorus section here. Still no breaks. There goes Karasmik on the side of Airline Food, unfortunately continuing to see breaks on the side of the team that they really cannot see it on. Non-Cycle having a significant amount of trouble on that map there, and Jamara finds another slider break into the ending. That is a 4-way FC for Team Again, proving why they're the 5th seeded team in the tournament. Very strong performance overall. There are 6 100s from Okinawa and Zudinator with the 150 on her there. Taquito with the perfect combo. Not a single slider end dropped on Taquito. That is an absolutely insane score. Fiery Rage not far behind as well. 10 100s, but that 9 100, no slider ends dropped for Taquito. Perfect combo. Again, that is absolutely outstanding on this map. So well done all around from Team there. A solid performance on the 2 players from Airline Food. Unfortunately, not enough. And they're going to be letting their own pick slip away in a break point over to the side of Team It is going to be a 3-1 lead now, and they're going to be going into the second pick for Airline Food now. Fremont 1. Very difficult map. Once again, it's a very slider-heavy pick. You also have those mod players that you need to throw on now. You need a Hard Rock. And then that hidden as well. Going to be hard-pressed to see Airline Food score over on this map. It's one of the more difficult picks in the pool. We talked about that on Hidden 3 as well, being quite possibly the most difficult pick in the pool. Fremont 1 comes in a close second or third here. Unfortunately, being one of the more difficult maps, it does probably favor a little bit more. That skill cap going to play through here, especially how comfortable they're going to be on the mods. But we'll see if we see maybe an HDHR come out here, or maybe a little bit of overmodding on the side of Team or Airline Food, honestly. It could happen on both sides. We've seen a little bit of overmodding on this map. One of the more comfortable picks for some mod players, especially when you're throwing on Hidden if you're good on that route. Imagine Taquito going to be running Hidden, Zudinator going to run Hidden, or some combination of Hidden Hard Rock here. So it is going to be the Hidden Hard Rock on Zudinator. It's going to be Taquito on the Hidden, of course, and it looks like they're going to run a little bit of an overmod with Okinamo on the Hidden as well. It's going to be Jamara on the Hidden and Antonio on the Hard Rock. They're going to run the guaranteed no-mod combos here for Nonsicle and Karasmic. It's always good on maps like this to have the no-mod combos playing in your favor, especially on a map that proves to be a little bit more difficult for the modded players here. Fiery Rage going to be the only no-mod on the side of Team Going to try to put up that guaranteed FC for them. Big early break from Non-Cycle right there. Antonio and Jamara broke at the very early stages of the map. It's not going to matter too much, but it is 3 FCs to 4 now. There goes Jamara and Antonio, both the mod players now gone on the side of Airline Food. Karasmic finds a break as well, and it's a full combo reset for the side of Airline Food on their own pick right here. Taquito still holding a double S. This is kind of something that Taquito is very good at, these hidden tech picks right here, so we'd be hard-pressed to see some underperformance from him on this one. Does finally drop a 100. Zudinator continuing to hold on the Hidden Hard Rock right now. Okinamo still holding on the Hidden, and Fiery Rage still holding on the Nomad as well. Four-way FC continuing. Non-Cycle is going to break on the build-up right here. We're going to get into one of the last key eyes here. Non-Cycle going to find another break, continuously having trouble over these past two picks right here. Still a four-way FC held on the side of Team right now. Zudinator on the HDHR still. Taquito and Okinamo, all the mod players still holding on the side of Team Fiery Rage finally brought up that 99% accuracy as well. There is still not a single break on the side of Team Non-Cycle, continuing again to find those breaks. It's a three-way combo held on the side of Airline Food. Unfortunately, it is not nearly enough. Another potential three-way FC. We'll see what happens into these last couple of streams right here. And into the last sliders, that is it. A 4.166 million team score on the side of Team with the overmod. Taquito with a singular 100 dropped on a slider end. Zudinator missing in the very early stages of the map. We'll call it an FC. 4.166 million team score. We'll call that a four-way FC. Jamara with a 4-100 play. Unfortunate on the slider break as well. Very good accuracy. S rank on Karasmic for the slider break as well. Zudinator, 1.1 million score on this map. Taquito, 1.05 million. Okinamo, 1.03. And Fiery Rage, 972k on the Nomad FC. Coming out and doing what they needed to do on that free mod pick there with an absolutely outstanding team performance with what is quite possibly going to be guaranteed the top team score of the weekend. That was absolutely outstanding from them. And again, we'll mention it multiple times, but there is a very good reason why Team is the 5th seeded team in this tournament. Airline putting up some very solid scores on that map, and it really just does come down to how comfortable Team is on these picks. Looks like we're going to get right into the pick here. See, again, continuing to see similar rosters for both of these teams here. This is the most roster switches we've seen out of the past couple of maps here. We're going to be seeing Fire Rage, Taquito, Zudinator again, but we're going to see Dust Ice in the place of Okinamo on the Nomad 4 pick here. It's going to be Non-Cycle in Jamara and Karasmic again, but we're going to see Kural Simp in. It's going to be Kural Simp to find the first break, and Karasmic's going to trade it up as well. I say trade it up. Unfortunately, there's not much to trade up there. Kural Simp's going to find one more break after that initial one. And again, in similar fashion to what we've seen on basically every map except for the Nomad 2, this 4-way FC still holding at the beginning of the map. Non-Cycle is going to find a break as well. It's going to be Jamara, the only FC for Airline Food already. Kural Simp going to continue having trouble here. Jamara is going to drop the last FC on the side of Airline Food, and it's just Karasmic on the combo. Now, once again, Kural Simp and Jamara going to find another set of breaks. And it is a 4-way FC to hold on the side of Team You know, it's the unfortunate scenario of being one of these lower seeded teams versus a team who, again, I mentioned at the beginning, is in contention to potentially win the tournament if their performance can continue in the direction that we see in these early rounds right here. A very strong all-around roster, especially in the late stages as well. So we'll see this performance continue. You know, Airline Food going up against one of the top performing teams in the tournament. Understandably, it's impressive enough that they got a point on the board, actually. Getting this match to finish in a non-sweep fashion is still impressive in and of itself. We're going to be looking pretty solid into the repeat section of the map right here. Airline Food has put up some very substantial, impressive scores on some of these maps. Unfortunately, there's just really nothing you can do against 3- and 4-way FCs on almost every map. It's going to be Karasmic to continue holding this good combo right here. Does have some backing on Kural Simp and Jamara. Unfortunately, they would need a 4-way break from Team to even be able to pull this off right now. Jamara drops the combo, unfortunately, not what they needed to see after that slider section right there. It's a continued 4-way FC on the side of Team Dust Ice does find the first break, unfortunately, on the side of Team just within this last quarter of the map right here. Still going to be outscoring every single player on the side of Airline Food. Non-Cycle is going to find one more break along with Karasmic. Kural Simp is holding a substantial combo to the ending. Unfortunately, again, I believe that is going to be the ending of it here. Into the last couple seconds of the map, they'll play out the rest. And that is going to be it. We'll get into the last couple seconds here, and we are going to be finishing with what looks like a 3-way FC on the side of Team Dust Ice finding a couple extra misses here at the ending. Into that last bit, and that is it. Yes, a 3-way FC on the side of Team there. Dust Ice with a very impressive score as well, almost 700,000 to bring up that backing combo. Still better than every single player on the side of Airline Food, and that is Team winning in a 5-1 victory over Team Airline Food there. This was a winner's bracket matchup, however, so this is not the last that we will be seeing of Team Airline Food. Team will be advancing to the next round of the winner's bracket into the round of 16. They'll be continuing to face off up here. Airline Food will be going down to the loser's bracket, playing those 2 matches every single weekend, going to fight to keep themselves in that single elimination losers bracket here. But that is going to be it for this match